Greetings, this is Brian, and I'm here to show you a really neat trick about how to fill in empty cells with header information. Now, a lot of times we'll download a report from Oracle or OBIEE or something like that, and we get the information in the format that you see here. But the problem is that the headings are only listed one time, and they're only listed when something changes. So in the case of A3, where it says Central, that's not going to change until we scroll down far enough into the data to row 56 when it changes to Northeast. Same thing for the purchaser, where Athlete's Dream was only listed once, and then it changes eventually to Athlete's World. Well, what I'd like to have Central listed in all these empty cells, just as I would like to have Athlete's Dream listed in all of these empty cells, and then in the product column the same thing. I'd like footballs listed here, and gloves, and then rowing machines. Well, so often people will just simply resign themselves to either typing all of that information or going through a very elaborate copy-paste situation. Well, I'm going to show you how you can do this in just a few clicks. The first thing we need to do is we need to highlight our data. Now, you can highlight this any way that you wish. One of the tricks that I like is, because the sum of sales column has no blank cells in it, I will click on the first sum of sales and do a control down arrow. Actually, I'm sorry, I take that back. A control shift down arrow. Now, control down arrow says go to the bottom. Shift says select on the way. So control shift is go to the bottom and select on the way. Now, keeping control and shift held down, I'm going to hit my left arrow key as many times as it takes to get me over to column A. Now, if I scroll back up to the top, you can see how I have all of this information selected. Now, here's the trick. I only want to select the cells that actually have nothing in them. So I'm going to hit my F5 key. Now, this is going to bring up a go-to box. And in the go-to box, there's a button that's labeled Special. So I'm going to click Special, and that brings up another list. And from here, there's a lot of different ways that you could go to very specific things in the spreadsheet, like go to cells that are constants, or go to cells that are formulas, or go to the last cell, or only cells that have conditional formats. But what I'm looking for is right here where it says go to blanks. And when I click OK, it will have selected only the blank fields. So now that I have just the blank fields selected, I'm going to type in equals, and I'm going to type in the cell address of the cell directly above me. So the cell directly above me is C4. Now, you're not going to put any dollar signs on that because you want that to be relative. Now, if I just hit enter, it will say footballs in that cell. The trick, and this is the best part, is I'm going to hold down Control and hit enter. Because a Control enter says submit this formula into the cell, but then do the same thing in all the other selected cells. Now, because all of these cells still have formulas in them, if I were to go up here to Central and I were to change that to East, every cell below that is going to say East, at least until it gets to the next cell that changes. You probably don't want to leave these formulas in place. I mean, you can if you wish, but we probably don't. So what we need to do is we need to convert these formulas into the answers that the formulas are providing. And probably the easiest way to do that is just select the columns where we place these formulas and go up and do a copy. And then without moving anywhere, we'll hit the lower part of the paste button and then choose this option right here, which is paste values. Because what paste values will do is it will replace the formula with the answer of the formula. So there's the trick. If you have a list where you have to have a whole bunch of cells filled in with the items that are above it, we can do a F5 paste special, select the blanks, put in a little creative formula, cascade it across, and then convert everything to the answers. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.